Hello, Upper Adams. This is Zach Ramsey, one of the staff members working on the new district website that will be ready for school next year. You received an email a few weeks ago that said you don't need to take any action until I let you know. Well, this is me letting you know. There's a few things I'd like you to try. The first thing I would like to have you do is access what's called the Incubation Site. I'll have you log in and check some information to make sure that it was entered correctly. These steps will take about 5 minutes to do. First things first, you got to pull up the site. So we're going to go to whatever web browser you want. I find that Google Chrome works well for me, but any common browser should be fine. And then you can also follow the email link that was sent to you, or you can type in the address as I'm about to type it in. It's going to be upperadams.schoolwires.net. You should notice that there's no www or http:// or anything like that. If you just type it in right as you see it here, you should be fine. When you go to it, it'll bring up a page that looks like this. This is what's called our incubation site. And you don't have to worry, this isn't what our finished site is going to look like. The whole idea is that we can put our information onto this site at the same time that we're working with developers, so that when the actual site's ready, they'll just apply the new look to this incubation site, and it allows us to work on two parts of the site at once. Also, don't worry if many of the list of pages are blank at this point, because they'll be filled in with content as departments fill in more information, so don't worry about that. So here's the district homepage, and you can tell we're at the district level because of the header up here. You can also see that there's a drop-down menu of schools right here, so you can be directed to any of our school sites from here. So if you just click it, you can just pick any of the schools. If you're at the school level, you can also return to the district homepage by clicking District Home. It's important to remember what part of the site you're on though, because each of our school sites and our district homepage are technically a different site. So when you go in to edit things eventually, it will be important to remember which site you're actually looking at, so always remember to look at your header. Now that we're here, the first thing I'd like you to check is the listing in the staff directory. If you hover your mouse over the About Us and then go down to Contact Us and click, you should be directed to this page, and then over in the left-hand column you can click on Directory. This is a searchable database for all of our district members. If you simply click on Submit, you'll see a list of all the staff members who have been listed. You can refine your search by typing your last name into the fields. So if I go back to Directory, I can search by title, location, department. I'm going to search by last name. I'm going to type in the beginning of my last name, and there I am. Now sometimes with data transfers, mistakes are made. So when you find your name, please check a few things for me. First, please be sure that the picture listed is in fact you. That's easy enough to do. Next, be sure that the listing information, the subject, the grade level, the school, and everything are appropriate. That's important because as we start to use these mini bases to upload content onto the different school websites, the more accurate this information is, the easier it is for us to put information onto the new sites. So please make sure that all of your information is accurate. Your phone number, your extensions, everything like that looks good. You can check your email. If you hover over it, you'll notice down here that this bar will pop up, and in the status bar it will show you your email. So just make sure that your email is correct. And finally, if you're a teacher, this link should take you to your teacher page. If you're an administrative member or a member of food service, custodial services, this link will take you to the most appropriate department page. If your information is incorrect or spelled wrong or whatever or missing, please let me know so that we can make the corrections. And you can do that by emailing us at webmaster@upperadams.org. So please do that if it's incorrect. Now that you've verified the information in the directory, click on the website link to see that it takes you to the appropriate teacher page. If you're a member of the administrative staff, the link may not be connected to your department page yet, and this will be fixed as content is built into the website. So don't worry as an administrator if this leads to a dead end right now, because that will be fixed. but all teachers should have a page. This page is where you're going to build your teacher page. Obviously, yours is going to be blank, but in the next video, I'll walk you through the basics of setting up how to put content on here, how to fill out the About Teacher, all of those different things. Now, the next thing I want you to try is accessing the same page through the school at which you work. So I came back out to the middle school homepage, but you can select any of these from the drop-down menu, go to the appropriate school, and then click on the teacher pages. This should show you a directory of the teachers in the school. Find your name and be sure that once again the link leads to your site. Teachers who teach at more than one school will want to check that their name is listed at multiple schools. And if you click on that link, it should take you right to this page. Once again, if you teach at multiple schools, your name should be listed under each of those schools. There are a few ways that we can accomplish this, so I'll make sure that we're in contact about how to set that up. But there should at least be a link there with your names on that site, on each of the school sites. And finally, once you've tried that, it's time to log in. So if you remember a few weeks ago, you received an email from our website administrators saying to set the email aside until a later date. To locate that email, it's probably easiest to run a basic search in your email inbox. The email might have been sent from one of two emails. You might have received an email from webmaster@upperadams.org or webadmin@upperadams.org. If you received one from webmaster, that is the more up-to-date one. This is also the email that when you reply to us, this is the one that you want to use. This email will not lead anywhere, so please don't email us at webadmin. Please email webmaster@upperadams.org. So you can search your inbox for an email from either of these two. I would search first for webmaster, and if you have an email that has your username and password there, I would use the one from webmaster because that's the more up-to-date one. If you have an email from both, I would just use the one from webmaster. If you don't have one from webmaster and you only have one from webadmin, then that's the one that you use. If you don't have an email from any of them, please email me at webmaster@upperadams.org to let me know. Alright, so once you find this information, you should have an email that looks something like this. Your first initial dot last name. It might be a little bit different depending on how many people we have with your last name. And it will give you your password, so it's important to remember these two things. And then what you'll want to do is go back to the incubation site, click on sign in, and then use your username and password. So once you sign in, let me sign in here. You can click sign in, and it should at the top appear with a couple different links now. A few things that you can do. One, if there's any hidden content on the website that is only for staff, once you log in, you'll be able to see it as long as you've been given clearance to see that particular item. Another thing is that you'll now have access to edit your website. So if you go up to where this says Site Manager and click, it should take you to a screen like this. And yours will actually probably look like this. If you do not have this Site Manager button at the top of your website once you've logged in, please let me know. Please email us because that's something that I'll just have to make sure that I set up for you. But once you have the Site Manager and you click on that and you come up, you might have a page that looks like this that you can edit. All of these are parts of your teacher page. And then over here on the left hand side, if you have more than one section to edit, you'll be able to see it over here. If not, then you probably won't see this bar, but I just wanted to make you aware that you might or might not see that. For most of you, it will probably just look like this page here. So that's pretty much it for today. In the next video, I'll walk you through setting up your information in this section. I'll show you just a basic overview of apps, which are how we refer to the page features in this program. When those videos are available, I'll send them on in links, but for now, I wanted to make sure that you could log in, you could see everything. If you have any questions or need any changes made, please contact me at webmaster@upperadams.org. Thanks for taking the time to make sure the information on the site is correct, and good luck.